I was born in Grinnell, Iowa, and lived outside of Malcolm at different locations. We had rented farms around, and there were 6 of us. And then I went to country school until 8th grade, and then I went to Malcolm. That was a big shock. And then my folks passed away young. My mother was only 51, and my dad was 56. And then I moved to Malcolm with my brother Fred and Gretchen. And Paul was younger, 3 years younger, and he went to Aunt Rosie's. And Harold and Irene lived with Walter and Marie. So it was just breaking up the family in such a short time, 3 months difference in their passing away. So it was difficult, but then you stop and think that could have been worse. We were blessed having 2 brothers that would take us in.
What do you remember about your parents?
Lots of good things. My dad was a farmer and worked hard. My mother was a good homemaker. And she always had family gatherings and good meals. And when my Uncle John, who was a bachelor, would come over on a Sunday, I could smell sauerkraut. And we always had sauerkraut when he came. And then in my junior year, I went back to the farm and lived with Marie and Walter. And that was a big highlight. I loved the farm. And helped on that, and then got a small job in the bank there in Malcolm. And then Norman and I was going together, and then he went off to service, so we got engaged. But I think we had the understanding, but he doesn't remember, that I could find somebody else, all right, or he might find somebody else. So we didn't want to get married and then and find maybe somebody else. But it didn't work that way. He was it.
Talk about the relationship that you had with your brothers and sisters growing up over the years.
We always had a good feeling and good relationship. And it's like my folks had like 2 sets of families, the Walter and Fred and Walter, and then there's 15 years, and then there's Harold and Irene and Paul and myself. So we always had good relationships with one another.
How difficult, though, was it growing up without your parents around?
It was difficult, and you feel sorry for yourself. And you think you know everything, but you don't know nothing. But it worked out very well when I met Norman, and he was very supportive, and his family took me in so nicely too, and Aunt Sophie and Aunt Marie was part of us. And then I said, well, Roger was born, maybe that's enough. Well, maybe one more, okay. And the doctor in Yuma says, boy, you was a slow learner, when I told her I had 6. But I wouldn't give any of them up. I'm very proud of them. Yeah.
Growing up, do you remember, or was your family well off financially, or did you think about money much growing up at all?
I really didn't. It seemed like we always had enough to eat, enough to wear, and the Lutheran Church was our good, supportive part of our family. And yeah, we had a nice family, but it was short. Mm-hmm.
What did you like about school? Did you have any favorite subjects or going to school? Favorite parts of the day?
I wasn't smart like Norman, didn't get no valedictorian. That's why I married him. He's smart. And I pretty much like them, everything.
Remember your teachers growing up?
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite ones, or?
Oh, there was some, and Barbie Sherwood was a favorite of mine. She would pick me up and take me to school, and we had our class plays, and then we started going with Norman. And so I had a good, after I got over the initial losing my parents, I could adjust real well. And there was a bunch of us girls that would get together. There's 2 or 3 school teachers, and I worked at the bank, and we had a good time. And time went fast when he was gone, but it was tough at times.
So you were in school plays. Did you play basketball or any sports growing up?
Yes, I played basketball. I played a little softball, but not very good. Loved it, but didn't do that good. And I bowled, and there was always something. It seemed like that. Growing up at that time, there was something to do.
School dances. Did they have any of those?
It was Malcolm Auditorium dance every week. And then we go to Toledo once in a while, and Montezuma had dances.
What did you like? What were those like?
It was country music, everybody
A
getting
live
together. Yes, Kenny Hooper Band. Yeah, we had a good time.
Served it all, or just dancing?
No, just dancing.
All different types of dancing?
Yes. Well, not as much as they do now. More of a little low-key dancing.
The holidays. What did you do for the holidays growing up?
We always had a big family dinner, and sometimes we didn't have a lot, but if I got a doll, I was really, really thrilled. And
What were the dolls made out of? Or
well, they were, I had 2 dolls I can remember, and then my mother gave my one doll that was a baby doll away to somebody else, and I was very upset. But she had gotten me one of those dolls where is it quadruplets, and I still had that when I got married.
do you have any pets growing up?
Outside pets.
Dog and cat?
Yeah, lots of them. And I did the milking.
Did you?
Oh yeah, helped with that. We had a pony out there, and I rode him and fell off once, but I came out of it okay.
What advice would you give your grandkids that have never milked before? Is it hard to do?
It isn't when you're doing it, because it's just automatically done. I enjoyed it, and Walter and I had a good connection working together.
How did you and Grandpa start dating?
It was, we went to school together, and all the girls were after him.
Why is that?
He was so popular. He says he didn't know it. Anyway, I lucked out.
He said he recognized you when you were in 8th grade.
Yes, I sat right in front of him. He helped me with my lessons.
That's nice.
Yes, I knew he's a catch, but I didn't think I had a chance.
What'd you do on your dates? Did you go?
To movies or a dance, mostly.
And is he a pretty good dancer?
Very excellent.
Do you remember how he proposed to you?
Yes, we had a date Saturday night. I think we went to a movie. And And then he was telling about going into the service and everything. And then he was going to pick me up and go to church the next morning. And that's when he proposed to me and gave me my ring.
That night or the next morning at church?
The next morning.
Oh, right before church?
Yes.
That's a special Sunday.
Yeah.
How old would you have been then?
Well, let's see. That was, we was married in 54, but we went together 6.5 years. So we was just we was still in school, yeah.
What was it hard being engaged for 2 years and not seeing him? Writing a lot of letters?
It was hard, yeah. But like you say, we got through it.
How happy were you when you went to the mailbox and would see a letter from him?
Yeah, very happy. Yes, yes.
What was your wedding like?
Married at the Trinity Lutheran Church in Malcolm, North Malcolm, and it was a terrible icy day, and I thought nobody's going to show up, and it turned out the ice disappeared, and the place was packed.
And then did you have any cake down in the church basement then?
Mm-hmm. And had a little reception. And then we took off and went to Tama for pictures. And then we stayed at a motel in Grinnell.
And then went to California?
And then went to California.
What was married life like living in California?
Wonderful.
Why is that?
I don't know, you're just away from family and get to know each other. And my experience was to get out of Iowa, you know.
Had you been out before?
I went to Spokane, Washington to some kind of a league, Luther League camp once. Other than that, no.
Were you fine moving back to Iowa, back to your roots?
It was a little hard after being out there with so many people around, and then coming back and having a new baby. And then Norman was gone all day butchering, and then at night school, it seemed kind of lonely. But I had good neighbors, and we all got together for coffees and stuff. So it worked out.
So how long were you back before Roger was born?
Not, he was born, we was married in 55 he was born. In 57, Rhonda. It just mushroomed.
What did you do to help out with farming and the butchering business?
Whatever I could. I just was flexible, and I went back to work at the bank, but I would rather stay home. And Norman thought it would be better if I stayed home, and I said, I'll do that. And then I hauled meat and load up the babies, and away we go.
What was it like living on a farm? Growing up as a little girl, did you always kind of think you'd live on a farm?
Yes, I always liked the farm. I thought when I had to go into Fred and Gretchen's that being in the city would be fun. It's nothing like the farm.
What did you love most about living out there?
I don't know, the freedom, I don't know, and the work. I really liked the work.
Describe a typical Sunday with the family.
We always had to have fried chicken because we dressed about 100 and some, you know. And it was just easy to fix and then go to church and then get back home.
How many people would you feed?
Well, there was our family, and then there was Aunt Sophie and Aunt Marie and Grandma, mostly.
How in the world did you feed all those kids growing up?
I don't know. I wonder. But it was fun. Yeah, there were times probably trying, but it was nice.
What did you do to generate your own food to feed the family?
Yeah, we had gardens, and we did start out milking a cow, but that didn't last too long. And we had our own chicken, and I don't know. We survived. And I know Grandma made the remark, what do you do with all that food? But when you have children, you have more children coming in.
Talk about your garden. What did you plant? And did it grow from year to year? How big was it?
Norman was really good at helping too, and he would show the kids how to plant the potatoes, and we always had potatoes, and put them in the well pit until the next year we'd be using potatoes.
What was your favorite meal to make?
I liked pot roast and potatoes and carrots and everything in it.
Your world famous potato salad too.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's that famous, but
Any memories of kids getting in trouble on the farm?
I don't know. Well, we went on vacation and maybe came home a little too early, and maybe there was a party there.
Any scary times? Broken bones?
Marilyn fell off of the horse and broke her arm.
How old would she have been?
Well, I think she was in junior high, maybe. And I didn't know it was broken, and so I was on the phone, and here she comes. But they were supposed to be home and taking a nap while I was taking a nap. And then they went out on this horse. Oh dear.
So what'd you do?
But she had to go in the hospital and have it taken care of up there, and was laid up for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What were some of the best parts of married life?
Just the family getting together and doing things, fun things. Yeah.
What advice would you have for people like Lee just getting married? Advice to have a successful marriage?
I was shocked at the wedding, so I said, stay in love.
Makes sense, though.
Yeah, just love one another. And there are ups and downs. And if you can work through them, I think it's the best. And always make up. Yeah.
Do you like Arizona?
We liked it. It was a little hard at times to go away, but and I missed the family. But it was better after I got my computer and we could stay in contact, because phone service wasn't good out there. And but we have a lot of fond memories.
And why is Iowa a good place to grow up and raise a family? And
I like the change of seasons, and I don't know, it's a good place, very good.
what was it like becoming a grandparent for the first time?
Oh, that was awesome.
Why was that different than having?
I don't know, it just was really special. Mm-hmm. Even if he cried,
Which he did.
he did. But he was so wonderful. And I think we have 10 grandchildren, and they're all just real special.
What did you like when the grandkids would come visit you on the farm?
We liked that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A little bit different being able to send them home.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Just only a couple questions left, Grandma. You're doing good. You have any advice for future generations on just living a good, healthy life? Living life to its fullest.
And be happy and contented. We're not all alike. There's a lot of different people, and you have to be yourself.
And looking back, how proud are you of your kids and I guess grandkids?
Very
just
proud.
To see them all grown up now.
Right. Very, very proud of them. And they did it too. I mean, they had the initiative to go on and do things and be good. So